Bill, as you know, foreign governments have been buying some stakes in U.S. financial institutions, with two big banks, Citigroup and Merrill Lynch, perhaps looking for a bit more. But should the U.S. government limit how much international investors can buy? And as Saskia said, will they do that? Joining me now is Todd Malan, President and CEO of the Organization for International Investment, and John Berlau from Competitive Enterprise Institute. And Saskia is with me as well from the Financial Times. Gentlemen, welcome. Pleasure to have you here. Todd, let me start with you. First of all, do you think that Congress should or will make a move to limit these types of investments, and do you have any issue with those investments?
I don't think they should, and I don't think they will, actually. I mean, at this point in time, it's pretty clear we need this investment. Moreover, you know, it's kind of like falling off a ladder, having somebody catch you, and then complaining about the person that caught you. We really do need this. And I think that it's a huge compliment to the U.S. financial services community that actually people are coming in and making these investments. Maybe I wouldn't want to be in a short position with some of these stocks, but actually I think it's actually a really good thing. And John, what about you?
Sue, I completely agree with Todd on that. I think it is a vote of confidence in the U.S. economy that despite all the problems, they see this as a good investment. When we really should be worrying is when foreign investors don't want to invest here. There already are limits as far as the control they can have in U.S. companies, and I don't think they need to limit that any further.
Saskia?
To me, this looks like the culmination of a really long-term trend. The U.S. has led the globalization of world markets. It's lectured the Japanese on opening its markets. U.S. banks hold enormous amount of Chinese holdings, for example, and also foreigners are the biggest holders of U.S. government debt. So to start complaining about money being pumped into private companies that really need the it seems completely hypocritical.
It does, and if you really think about it, you know, these aren't that new. I mean, if you look at the state pension funds in the United States, they equal about $1.9 trillion worth of investments, and they invest globally. And they're doing this as well. They're going in and investing in partial stakes. Just the other day, CalPERS took a big stake in Silver Lake. So it's not that new and it's not that foreign.
Todd and John, if you would both address this, though, it is an election year, and it is a very big issue on Capitol Hill, the issue of protectionism, the issue of foreign investment. You know, perhaps both of you think that should not happen, that there are limits put on, but does Congress, Todd and John, have the appetite to address it, given the rhetoric that is out there on the campaign trail and in Washington?
I think we're really lucky that Congress has actually already acted just last year to enact a new law, particularly when you have total control over a company or a big stake in a company beyond 10%, where there is a national security review and the most high levels of the U.S. government intelligence community kind of participate in that review. So we've got a process in place, and I think most people in Congress are going to say, hey, we just voted on this. Let's let that process work.
John, what do you think? Very quickly.
I think some demagogues might make it an issue, but there are millions of American investors who realize that this capital is helping them as shareholders and by helping the companies. So, no, I don't really think that big a deal is going to be made about it.
Okay, thank you both very much. We appreciate it. And Saskia, we'll see you again in just a short while. We want to let you know about a terrific program that you really can't afford to miss. CNBC is the official cable broadcast partner of the Detroit Auto Show, and our blowout coverage begins Monday. Phil LeBeau goes behind the wheel to show and tell you everything you ever wanted to know about cars and trucks and trends and terrific stuff. And then next Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, a CNBC special event. It's the Detroit Auto All Access. We have an unprecedented look at the automakers, the auto floor, and a lot more. All those cool concept cars, the new Chinese entry into the arena, and the models that the big three are banking on for a comeback. That's Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, only here on CNBC. Next, today is a perfect day, volatility. There's a lot of it going around, and the question is, how is that going to play out for the rest of the year?
Yeah, what does it mean for the options market? How can you make money in all the wild swings? A couple of pros weigh in on the volatility when we come back after this.
I could rattle off all the facts about Jenny Craig's proven approach to weight loss. My proofs, right here in these jeans. I lost 40 pounds on Jenny Craig by going into a center and meeting with my consultant. But if you can't go into a center, you can have your food delivered and your consultations over the phone with their at-home program called Jenny Direct.
Valerie lost weight, so can you. Lose 20 pounds for $20 plus the cost of